Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Virtual ML.NET Hackathon 2021. I am Ine Kauka, or you can just call me JK. I am a Microsoft AI MVP, work here in Australia, in Brisbane at SW Solution Architect. And I'm really passionate to share you about machine learning, AI, as well as .NET and EF Core, if anyone wants to know more about that. And we have our co-host Arafat.
Hey everyone. So yes, I am Arafat. I'm based in Sydney. Unlike JK, he's in sunny Brisbane having fun. We are in the rainy weather in Sydney, and I'm also Microsoft MVP for AI. And I am quite interested in building bots with ML.NET and other stuff. So if you are interested in building any of the things around conversational AI by using ML.NET as your mod framework for the solutions for to predict something for your customers. And also, if you want to build something around computer vision, you want to detect some of the models or some of the images, and you want to show off with your friends by building all of that cool stuff of object detection, then please reach out to me on this, and I'm sure that you are going to have a lot of fun in this hackathon.
Awesome. Now, let's try to see what it means to join with the Virtual ML.NET Hackathon. So you can go to this website on github.com, Virtual ML.NET Hackathon-2021. I'm going to share that under the comments. Should be able to see them now. And if you want to communicate with us more directly, we have here a Discord channel. We also have a Slack channel, but the Slack channel, unfortunately, is completely full, so we cannot invite any new people. So we encourage you to join our Discord channel. And to get started, you just click here, create a new project. This is going to give you the opportunity to create a new issue. You talk about what you want to build in the next 7 days. And what's important is you can also say whether or not you want to have a team member on your project. And if you're looking for specific guidance or any specific help, you can write that down and we can try to find someone who can help you out. Now, there's going to be a bit of an agenda here. We are starting off now. We had a little bit of delay for the UK, Australia, Asia part, but it should be fine. The United States kickoff is going to be as expected at 16 UTC -4. And then we're going to have hacking for from 12th to 17th. And we finish off on 17th midnight PDT. I don't remember what's the time in Australian time. Actually, we can quickly. Let's just copy paste this and see what is going to be this, for instance, if you're in Australia.
Yeah, the time conversion is cool.
Yes, so that's going to be, it's kind of going reverse, but yeah, just use time conversion.
Which part of Australia as well? This also matters.
Yeah, so that's the fun part. Arafat is currently at 7 p.m. and I'm currently at 6 p.m. And 2 days later, we are going to announce the winners on Twitch and YouTube. So you're welcome to watch all of the awesome projects that you're going to develop. And next up, so as I mentioned, all you need to do is create a project as an issue. Once that is done, at the end, you basically create a pull request that has all of the information about your projects. That includes the link to your GitHub project, if you have one, maybe a video about it, the description, telling all of the team members that you have. And we also have a couple of rules. Now, at the moment, if I click on the rule, it goes to 404. Don't worry about it. Let's change the lowercase r to uppercase R. There's a pull request to fix that. And here we have, so anyone is welcome to join. You must create an issue in GitHub. It must be a new project. You can create or join, you can actually join to an existing project. It must contain ML.NET SDK, whether that's going to be via the CLI, is going to be model builder UI, or is going to be through the SDK. That doesn't matter, as long as ML.NET is involved. And also you need to agree to the code of conduct, which you can read over here. And deliverables, 1 to 3 minutes a video showcasing your solution. You provide a link to your video. Source code, provided either on GitHub, or if you don't want to have it on GitHub, maybe you can upload it to OneDrive and link it to a zip, but GitHub is the simplest solution. All right, and the last thing is the sample. So here we have an idea, what it would be fun. That's a good idea. Here we have an example of where people can contact you, solutions, what you're trying to solve, and video presentation. So this is an example of a pull request. So that's your final submission that you need to push before 17th of November, midnight PDT. Let me try quickly again, PDT to EST. That would be 3 p.m.
AEST.
EST. Okay, so that would be 7 a.m. On 18th of November in Australia, I believe Sydney time.
Yes, that's correct. It's Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra time, and it would be 6 a.m. For Brisbane.
All right, so I believe, Arafat, have you seen the project that were last year in 2020?
Yeah, there have been a lot of projects. So you can, if you are one of the developers who have no idea of what to choose, you can also get an inspiration from these projects. And if you are one of those who are seeking for some help and you have no idea, or you have less idea of what you are going to build and how does, let's say, a model builder works, or how ML.NET CLI with AutoML is working, please reach out to us. Even if we are not on this stream and you are trying to build something in the middle of it, we are quite active on Twitter. So please reach out to us. Just send us a tweet or a direct message, and then we'll be able to help you out.
Also Discord.
Also, yes, definitely. So Discord channel, as JK has mentioned. So for those who have just joined us, our Slack channel for ML.NET has reached its limit. So we have moved now to Discord. It's fantastic. People are using for other channels as well, like .NET, like Azure Functions. So why not ML.NET? So you are most welcome to join that, and you will learn from the team over there, as the product team is also in that. So you can easily ask questions, which are quite tough questions, so which nobody can answer. They can answer, and you can also connect with the community over there.
Yeah, and if you're looking for inspiration, you can when you go to the virtual ML.NET GitHub user, we have here Hackathon 2021, which is for this year, but we also have the Hackathon 2022. And what you can do, you can look at the issues over here. You can see all of the ideas that we had last year. And you can also check the pull requests. You'll find under closed all of the interesting things they have done. So one interesting thing that one of the project that I found interesting was the virtual inspection and classification X-ray disease, which I found it really interesting because you could upload the X-ray image and then get some analysis out of it and get some result out of it. I actually encourage you. X-ray image and apologies. Here is another copy of this stream. You can actually go to the YouTube channel of the Virtual ML.NET Community Conference. And over here, we actually have the last year's Hackathon Award Gala, and you can see all of the submitted projects, and they're shown videos. They're shown a little bit how they work and what they tried to solve and how they solved it. And there's a lot of interesting things. Another interesting one was that I quite remember. You know how some people getting a lot of DMs on Twitter, and some of them might be harmful or just something you want to block out. And one person actually made an API with ML.NET sentiment analysis to just block out automatically anyone who sends DMs that are harmful. So I found that to be very interesting projects. And this is just a few highlights. Do you have any highlights, Arafat, from the last year?
Yeah. So what I know that I'm not sure where it did land at the end, but I really liked the idea of photo bomb, and it was really cool when that someone wants to detect that who's photo bombing it. So photobombing your image, and I really did not get an get an update whether it was it was completed, it was built, because I saw there was a description that they were looking for teammates, but it was just an idea that I really loved it, because having someone who has been working with object detection or image classification, it was something cool. I really wanted to see. And yeah, I'm also quite interested if somebody wants to build this, and I haven't seen it built in this hackathon or the previous one, like this hackathon as in this year or the previous one. If someone wants to build uh, an object detector on the phone, on the mobile app, not on the Windows desktop apps, this is quite interesting stuff, as it will open up a lot of avenues for the businesses as well, even for you as a creator, whoever is going to create it. And if you are interested in learning about the latest ML.NET stuff, you should check out today's session by Bree and Lewis on ML.NET in .NET Conf as well. So they have done a really great job in explaining what ML.NET is for the new developers and for those who have been working with ML.NET with the flavor of .NET 6. So this is super cool, and I really wanted to highlight this because it's better to build on new stuff rather than the old one.
Yeah, and with .NET 6, you can not only just run it on mobile phones like iOS, Android, and all of the other stuff, and Linux, and Xbox, and a couple of other interesting devices. In theory, you could run it in Nintendo Switch, but you need to actually buy the thing, the developer unit. So a bit harder to try out. But with .NET 6, you can also now not only use ML.NET in Blazor WebAssembly, you can also do training now in browser, which opens up a lot of interesting scenarios where you could essentially have a fully offline application in browser that does machine learning all in C#, .NET. So I think that's going to be very interesting. And the photobomb seems to have been finished last year, but maybe people can look
All
at
right.
it and improve upon it.
Cool. This is super cool. And
Yeah, and
sorry, go on, GK.
yeah, and this is not just this is just a couple of highlights from us. There's a lot of other really cool projects. This is something you can take as an inspiration. We have one submission, or maybe we have a little bit more now. At the moment, we have one submission to simplify the collection and printing and saving of model metrics in ML.NET, which I think it's going to be very interesting for developers and data scientists.
Yeah, and you can, if you're someone who's more focused on the business oriented use cases, please bring in your use case. You can just build the model of it as well. And if you are keen on building a whole solution, like implementing it with the bot or with the website, that would definitely add bonus points to that. So let's say a customer service bot, but it is not calling any API on the cloud API. Rather, it is just checking out the local model and predicting it out from the local model and presenting it to the user. A fair example is checking the eligibility criteria of a customer, whether that customer is going to pay the bill on time or not, and allowing and checking out their eligibility or credit risk, and things like that. So there can be some simple scenarios from classification, ranging from classification to as complex as forecasting. So and all you can do it in ML.NET, and that too offline. So it is really cool when I even think about this offline capability of utilizing though your model and all kind of .NET solutions. So, and when we are talking about bots or websites, so these all are supporting .NET standard, which is also supported by ML.NET. So you can consume all of these models into your solutions.
Yeah, and one interesting note as well is if you find a very interesting machine learning model, like for instance done in TensorFlow or Onyx, you can consume that API, that model in ML.NET. So I'm not sure if it's going to be allowed in the rules, but it might be a loophole where you can use an existing model in TensorFlow. So you never know. But yeah, before we finish, at the very end, you have the rules over here. We have also data sets. So here are a couple of websites where you can get various different data. For me and Arafat, the Australian data portal would be very interesting to look at. And then what we also have is project ideas. So project ideas over here, there's some of them that were already prepared by the team. You can have a look into them. We have like forecasting sales, predictive maintenance, automated visual inspections, and a couple of others. So quite interesting scenarios. Let's go back. Some frequently asked questions. Of course, if you don't find the right questions over here, you can always ask us either on Discord or Twitter. But here you can have some of the more frequently asked questions. And lastly, we actually have the ML.NET samples as well as workshop. So over here, there's the standard ML.NET samples. To be honest, these are really good. Like I have tried if I can find the issue classification 3 years ago, and that basically jumpstart my machine learning journey. It's that good. I literally looked at what they are used for issues and what they used for classification. I changed that uh, from issues, the actual text, into bank transaction descriptions, and then the classification to what categories of the bank transactions I want to have. I trained it, and all of a sudden it just worked. And that was a very eye-opening thing where I was like, I can do machine learning. So hopefully you'll find these samples really useful. And the last one is really, really good. So last year they did a full workshop. This year they won't be doing a full workshop, but with this, you can actually go step by step of how to build an application in ML.NET. It gives you all of your other resources. It gives you instructions what to do, as well as explaining what you're actually doing. So for instance, when you get into get started, it actually has multiple steps in it to make sure that you understand each step of the development phase. And I went through this, and it's really awesome because it doesn't just cover here's your simple hello world. It actually tries to explain you why do you want to have good data, what's training, what is evaluation, how you save models, how you consume them. Even it includes ML ops, and then more advanced things like how can you process data with help of Utip notebooks. How can you do auto MLs, for instance, if you want to do ML ops and constantly training data and want to automatically decide the right training algorithm, AutoML can help you with that. And even going as far as using deep learning and Onyx. So this is pretty comprehensive workshop that is designed for you to be able to do it on your own. But as mentioned, you can always ping us on Twitter and Discord if you get any issues. And with that, Arfa, do you want to add anything?
No, I think you have covered everything from samples to workshop as well. So samples were in my mind, but you covered it off. And yeah, I would second that. This was really really cool. These samples are really cool, and I also started from the sample. So I started with the iris uh, classific. I think there was a flower uh, petal recognition or something like that. I remember, but after that I used the image classification one, and the when I used image classification, I just got like, okay, let me think about it in a way that it would help our customers. And later on we were successful enough to implement it in one of the production and environments, and it was working. I'm not really across what is going on with that, but I'm sure that it worked like a charm earlier. And in addition to this, you can also go with the regression models as well, where you can predict the pricing and pricing for houses, pricing for properties, pricing for goods, and many things like that. So all of these samples are not just hello world kind of samples, they are more than that, and you can really get benefit of it. So yeah, this is what I wanted to add.
Yeah, and when we get clients or questions, hey, can we build this? This is usually the first page we go, even after using ML.NET for a while, because it's like, oh, okay, this problem looks like recommendation. Okay, it looks more like movie recommender. Let's try to retrofit this one first with our data and see what happens. And sometimes, basically, that is the solution. We just make it prettier. All right, so I think with that, yeah, let's kick off the event. I hope that we'll get some nice submissions, Now, if you don't feel like that you can build the solution, don't be afraid to submit the issue, because one, it might actually not be as complicated as you think it is. And two, maybe you get some help of a person that actually knows how to build it, and they can teach you how to build that solution, and you may end up with a wonderful project. And most importantly, wonderful experience of building something awesome. All right, with that, I think we should kick off the event and wish you good luck.
Good luck, everyone.
Bye.